one of the big things I'm looking for is reassurance. By the time I get to the point of an annual review, I've obviously had an initial interaction with my advisor, the feeling that you're kind of being listened to and that you have a person's sole attention, you value that a lot higher.
Financial planning for an advisor is typically revolved around life assurance, pensions, investments, but actually there's a lot of value which people are getting through things like money management, but an inherent reality of most of the revenue that's generated from a lot of advisor firms comes down to the recommendation of life assurance, pensions, and protection policies.
It's really, really obvious that your money isn't going as far, that we've effectively all taken a pay cut. And, that has big implications, especially for people approaching retirement.
Uh, it increases the need for advisors to be able to have more regular communication and education with the customers. We're also seeing things like there are more complex products that are out there. In particular, we part more complex products and say there's more complex investment strategies being developed by fund managers and discretionary fund managers. The importance of ethical, socially governed investments and the desire for people to broadly have an investment strategy that's in line with their views on sustainable investing.
I would expect the ability to have a remote call for my annual review. And I kind of expect that as standard. I'm not saying that I would want that, but certainly I would think it odd if that wasn't an option.
Advisors feel that technology should be fitting in with their process, and they maybe struggle sometimes to adapt to the technology that is there. If I'm doing a full review of my processes and proposition, can I change my mindset a little bit just to be thinking about, right, okay, putting the customer first with what those expectations are. I was a complete skeptic about, I saw it as just a big risk. I saw nothing but risk, nothing but lack of control. And then I suddenly realized, wow, you've just saved me 40 to 45 minutes of work. If you're not sure about something, don't bury your head. Get out there, have a look to see what's out there.
There's an awful lot that is now 20-year-old technology that still hasn't been adopted. I think there's obviously a lot of potential for technology to improve those experiences, but also to make things a lot more efficient, i.e., I don't necessarily care about the size of my pension. What I care about is when I can retire and the lifestyle I'm going to have in my retirement. Thinking about when I'm going to retire, it's a very emotional decision that's caught up with all sorts of things about how you feel about work and what you want to do and how you visit yourself and your health and what your parents did. The best way to get people to trust you is to say what you're going to do and then to do it. It's amazing how just missing a couple of things probably would be quite simple to deal with. It can really, ruin your sense of trust. I expect a portal of some kind, which I can go to, which has given me a kind of summary of where I'm at with everything.
How can technology and AI be leveraged to enhance the efficiency and effectiveness of an annual review process?
The important thing to focus on is what is the technology capable of, and maybe what human functionality can it replicate?
There's an opportunity for firms to reduce the advice gap, but in a way that gives them the opportunity to be profitable. I genuinely feel that a segmented approach means that you can deliver a service that is commensurate to the amount you're being remunerated for, and technology can help you deliver more of it.
If you have nothing to hide in that front, then you shouldn't have any fear about it. Almost every system is broken given time. And the only way to be confident that you have the latest protections is if you are updating your systems and your software on a regular basis. Customers have a right to understand how their data is being processed and how decisions are being made. I think that systems should be transparent, both to end customers and to advisors. Sometimes I go and I meet a customer or somebody who's using one of our products, and they have some workaround because the way the technology is implemented hasn't made it easy for a particular part of their workflow. Technology firms obsess over, and firms that build great user experiences obsess over, is really talking to the end customers an awful lot, collecting that feedback and building things off the back of that. The best case for advisors is, you adopt the technology, a few years' time, you're responsible for twice as many clients, and those clients spending the time doing more of the stuff that you enjoy.
Efficiencies give you more time, and therefore use that time productively for the benefit of your customer, not necessarily always going to be the same as for yourself.
What you care about is equity, which is, being fair to people and meeting their needs with what's required, rather than everyone gets the same service, even though people's needs are vastly different.
One bit that worries me slightly is how much technology might just try and adapt to fit existing processes. Advisors, open up your eyes, take off the blinkers, and look to see, are there stuff in your process that you should be changing?